Yeah, the bar is raised because we're learning so much about how powerful we are, how powerful our words are. We're learning about attachment and we're learning about breaking cycles. And we were never taught that by our parents. They didn't model it to us. I think what's happening to our generation is we're trying to figure out how do we do this like a normal way? How do we be these normal, loving, connected parents?
Hi guys, welcome back to Heal to Feel. Today we have my gorgeous co-star, Mercedes. And we are so finally lucky because I think we've been chasing you for a while. We got the family coach, Sean Donohue.
How's it going, guys?
All the way from San Diego.
Thanks for having me.
Most important episode ever.
Thank you so much.
The parenting specialist. And I'm seeing what a beautiful following you have. I know I came across your videos.
Thank you.
And I sent him to our team and I was like, we got to get him on.
You were like, oh, you already follow him. Oh, got it.
Oh, thank you. Hey, I make these videos for great moms like you guys. Thank you.
They do. They speak to us.
That means a lot. Yeah.
Yeah. And it's relatable. But,
cool.
I know it says you've got 15 million plus views each month. You have one of the top ranked podcasts called The Sean Donohue Show. You have live events. But mostly you're helping parents break these cycles of, it's hard. You get into these, no one really teaches you what to do.
Yeah.
There's also, I have two children. They both need to be parented completely different.
Yeah.
There's no handbook, one size fits all.
It's crazy.
Right? And I think that's the old school generations of this is how you do it. You don't listen to kids' feelings. I know more than you. Don't ask questions.
Yep.
And I think that's the old school. And now you have said, we're living in a different era. We got YouTube, we got Instagram, we got social media. The kids are growing up. They know what's going on all around the world. They're not in this little bubble.
Yeah, shout out to us and our generation, of parent. We're watching podcasts, we're reading books, we're learning, we're humble about it. We have a growth mindset to parenting. We're I want to learn, I want to do better, I want to break cycles. So yay us.
Yay
Absolutely.
Us. Well, and it makes it harder, right? I joke with our the older generations, our parents, your only job was to make sure we were alive.
Yeah, right.
Keep us alive.
We're 10 o'clock at night on our bicycles. No one knows.
And now the bar is raised because we're learning so much about how powerful we are, how powerful our words are. We're learning about attachment and we're learning about breaking cycles. And now we're kind of hard on ourselves because we want so much to do better and it's just tough. So we listen to more podcasts, read more books, then we have more of that mom guilt or dad guilt and all these other problems just keep happening, everyday pain, and it's tough.
Yeah. I was a hypnotherapist for a short time and, I learned from the age of 0 to 8, everything you say becomes everything you do or the people close to them become your known associations and they're locked into those subconscious habits and that's scary, because
it's powerful.
We're shaping that, right? Did I screw up my kid? That always happens in the back of my head, even if it's something little. I'm oh God, did I just shape,
I know, I do that too. I freak out too over that sometimes. But for me, sometimes I just like to focus on the positive of that, how powerful we are. We have the privilege and the honor of just walking this journey with little ones into the teen years and beyond and raising great kids, amazing kids. So yeah, it's we can focus on the fear or the positive. It's so much better just focus on the joy and the positive about it.
So tell us how you got into this field, because I think it's an interesting story. I know you've spent over 2 decades teaching emotional intelligence, discipline, and connection to millions of parents and kids.
EQ.
I want to know. Yeah, we want to know.
Yeah, emotional quotient. Well, the short version goes like this. So I'm 47. So I started, my oldest is 20 now. And my story, I was watching the TV show, The Supernanny. Back in the day. Did you ever?
Oh, yeah.
My kids, all right. So I was watching this woman, Joe Frost, on TV. And I was working with kids at the time. I was like a kid. I was like a 25-year-old man child. That's my wife who's sitting over here. And I was like, that's really amazing. She's going into the intimacy and the privacy of people's homes, connecting with the kids, and then giving the parents tips and coaching advice. And I turned to my wife, Danielle. I said, I think I should be doing that. I think I can do that. I have to grow up. I've got to read. I got to learn. And then I did that. And then one thing led to another. And then I picked up my phone, started making social media videos, and they sucked. I was so bad on camera. I hated it. I didn't want to do it. I was like, but I feel like this is what I'm supposed to be doing. I'm supposed to be making these videos. And then, and then what's interesting a little bit about my work is I just actually make those videos just kind of to be helpful and for fun. But that's really not like what I do. What I really do every day is I sit with parents who are in pain and are going through things with their kids, with their teenagers. And I give them tools and solutions, give them ideas. I help them team up to, be one. And some challenges are really, really hard and painful. And so I don't just want to talk about the pain. I say, hey, let me give you some coaching, give you some tools. I do a lot of role playing, which we can do if you guys want to do.
We'll do that today.
We're like, hey, you can pretend to be your kid. Hey, what do I do with my 9-year-old is doing this, or my 15-year-old is being so salty and mean, and so that's really what I do. All the things you see on social media is just like a tiny portion of what I do.
And you said that, you were struggling when you first had kids, right? Which is a lot of all of us, right?
Yeah.
We all have this like PTSD, but you said it was like chaotic and sometimes you could be reactive and then you feel guilty that you're reactive, which we all go through. And, you said that I was reading a little bit about your bio that you learn mainly by like sitting in homes with parents and learning that.
Yeah, I don't know about you guys. I think I'd love to hear a little bit of your story, but I was just like, I really want to be a great dad.
Yeah.
And I don't know how.
Yeah.
And so I had to read books and listen to podcasts and go to therapy and learn a lot from my wife. And I think maybe one of the reasons why people enjoy my stuff is because they can just tell, like, I'm just trying to figure this out still. Like
you lived it.
I lived it. Yeah. Like I'm still living it. I love football. I love barbecue. I'm like a regular guy. I love working out. And I want to help everyday people kind of like myself. Like this is not like with psychobabble, like everyday terms and great, helpful tools.
So when you go into actual homes and then you see kind of like, tell us about how, and then we'll get into.
So most of my work now is through Zoom, which is clients all around the country or the world. And so I still have a small team that does the homes, but I have a lot of stories about going to people's homes. I don't know if I can tell too many of those stories, but intense stories. Yeah, in people's homes. And
are you sitting right there when like the fights happen between the kids and the parents?
Yeah.
And then do you give them advice after or is it during?
Oh, it's all, you just got to figure it out. Yeah. Yeah. Sometimes, what I hope this, what I'm going to say like feels very encouraging is that you cannot control this child, but you can't control yourself. Mm. You cannot control this spouse, but you can't control yourself. And what I've learned is that the more you can kind of empower yourself with really good tools, tools for your trade, tools for that challenging child, the more you can equip yourself with good community around you, you can solve problems. You can do this. You can get through really hard times and you can do this. Yeah. We all need each other.
Do you find that there's not a one size fits all? It depends. Like even being a mom to two, my children are the most opposite. Like, do you find that?
Yes, I find that.
Yeah.
You might be like hitting your sweet spot with your 10-year-old and then all of a sudden they hit puberty. It's like, what the crap just happened to?
I'm in that.
What is happening?
I'm in that right now. Like my daughter was my easy child. My son was my driving me loony. And now I'm like, my 12-and-a-half-year-old is like,
oh my gosh,
my dream child. And my like almost 10-year-old. I'm like, what happened?
Oh, things are going great. And all of a sudden your kid is like following you in the house, hounding you, or they want Snapchat, or they want an e-scooter, or you have conflict with your spouse, or you've got in-law stuff. It's just like, it's so
That's
tough.
hard.
This is all of us though. This is my house too. Like I have 3 kids, 20, 16 and 9. This is why it's good to be real when we talk on shows. Like I've got my own problems. I'll tell you about them if you want to know. Like we're just, we're kind of like, it's like this thing about parenting is so much of parenting actually happens behind closed doors. So it's private. And so we often don't understand what people are doing or how they're doing it. So I love talking about it. Like, let's talk about our lives.
Yeah,
let's be real. Let's be imperfect and let's support each other.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go.
Yeah, let's go. I will say, I wanted to start with one question, then I'm going to let MJ go with Shane.
No.
But so my son, Austin, born in 2013.
Okay.
I mean, this kid came out fucking screaming and
So 12. He's 12 now?
12,
All
yeah.
right.
Going to be 13 in July.
12-year-olds. 12-year-old dudes.
I'm actually in a sweet spot with him right now, which is great. But I know that's not. But for Austin, he came out just this like strong-willed child, hated being a baby, like hated it. Okay. Like we had to, I begged the nurses, can you just roll him around for an hour? I'm going to die if you don't take him for a second. This child came out like ready to rock and roll. And like, even the apparatuses, I had to have like fucking 20 apparatuses at home because he'd get bored and start crying. I had to move him. Anyways, he's the most incredible child, but it has not been easy to raise him because it was from a young age, I felt like he just wasn't a baby. Like the minute he got skills, he got better, but the colic and the tantrums and it was insane, but he is much older than he is. And I think me and my husband realized that really early on. And even when he would ask questions at like 4, he was not the child that was going to take because I said so. Like I had to tell my husband, we have to explain the reasoning to him. He's just one of those children where my daughter, you could say no at that age and okay, and this is when I realized he was what you call like the spirited child. I had to research it because what would happen is he would tantrum at like, let's say 3, right? Bad tantrums 2 and 3. And people would say, just let them, he'll get over it. And he wouldn't. It would get worse and worse to the point where I had to hold him to almost come back in his body. Right. So, or we'd try to discipline him and ears, hands on the ears, right? Like highly sensitive. You couldn't, the shame that was like in his soul. So I had to research. I'm like, why can't I discipline him the way my friends are disciplining him at this time?
Yeah. And it sounds like one of the things you discovered was the shame.
The shame.
Yeah, you jump to that, but it's like, why? Yeah, why is it some kids, there's normally an answer. Yeah. And so you discovered this shame. Tell us more.
And I've seen it. Yeah, I've seen it as he's grown up. You really have to choose your battles with Austin because he feels shame on such a deep level. And I have a few other friends that have kids like this. And I'm like, look, you got it. I don't want to lose. For me, I was like, I want to keep the connection with my child. And I don't want him to respect what I'm saying in the house because he fears me. I want him to respect because he really like respects us.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so that me and my husband have been aligned on.
That's great. Yeah.
The boundaries has been really tough, especially for my husband with Austin, because number one, he acts much older than his age. He really understands how the world works. Like he's just far beyond his years.
Okay.
And my husband didn't really have anyone raising him. Like we all say he's kind of a miracle. Like no one was there. He raised himself. I say, how did you learn? He says, I watched sitcoms. Like that's how he learned how to behave and manners. Okay. That's put himself in front of the TV. So the problem I have with Trevor and Austin is Trevor is my husband. He does not know how to really say no. Austin, right? I don't want my kids to not
Is it
like
like
me.
a good cop, bad cop situation?
So I feel like I have to
be the bad cop.
I feel like I'm the masculine a lot of the time.
The masculine,
being the a-hole, that's saying no. And Trevor cannot stick to his nose. So Austin, who's this, perseverance, does not give up on anything, like does not stop till he gets what he wants in all aspects. Which hopefully he'll use that to his advantage, in building whatever he wants to build when he's older. But I think for me, and tell me if I'm wrong, I think the problem is Austin, he knows that even if there's a 2% chance I can convince my dad to shift from a no to yes, So I'm now going to go. And Trevor gets frustrated because he's like, but I said no. And then he ends up changing.
Right. Yeah. And then you feel like, kind of taken advantage of or undermined. And then you got to be in that
I'm the bad
cop
I'm the
situation.
Annoying mom who runs his
and
dreams.
you want to be, like you mentioned, you want to stay in that kind of feminine energy and not always have to be the bad cop. And then that leads you to talking to him, and then round and around you guys go.
Yeah.
So common. Yep.
So speak to us about that strong-willed child.
Okay.
That doesn't, it's exhausting.
Right. Okay.
But they're going to be the adults you don't have to worry about, right? Like they can take care of themselves, but it's hard to raise.
I got like 100 thoughts going through my head. Well, I'll just share a couple. The first one is this, is like, when you think about your kids, especially like your most challenging kids, you want to view them as like, this is a beautiful invitation, an invitation to work on myself, to do this inner work, to like become a better version of myself. So like using your husband as an example, what we would want from him is that he really learns how to step into that conflict and be that leader that you want him to be, and that his son kind of needs him to be, to know, hey, this is a boundary. This is how you do that. And this is why like all of us have work to do as parents. Gentle parenting is got a lot of great things about it, and it's got a ton of problems. So a lot of us can really benefit from kind of being more loving and gentle parents, right? Don't you agree? Like maybe our parents could have been a little bit nicer or more gentle when we were growing up.
Yep.
And then authoritarian parenting usually gets like a horrible rap, like, oh, it's the worst. But the reality is there's a lot of good stuff in really strong parents. Sure. Yeah. Great stuff. Parents who know how to say no, parents who know how to set a boundary, parents who know how to step in and intervene, and their kids are going to maybe be upset or go through a hard time.
But then maybe they'll have more grit when they get older.
Yeah, right.
Well, and boundaries make them safe. I think there's just like a line. You got to find that happy medium, and you got to understand your child. If they're like Austin's hypersensitive. So if you come across like harsh, he's not thinking about what you said. He's now circling in that sensitive. And I saw, because Trevor would say no, no, no until Austin pushes him, and then he gets upset.
Right.
Instead of, I'm like, you can have a boundary and be kind.
Yeah.
So that he doesn't lose the message. Because now he's focusing on dad was mean to me because I'm sensitive.
So here's I don't know if here's a couple like creative tools that you guys could use maybe in your home. One great way of like setting boundaries with kids who are like really persistent, powerful, like you're talking about your son maybe has a sensitivity to shame, but what he also probably really likes feeling is he really likes feeling powerful. He likes feeling heard. And so a couple creative tips would be, you could say, hey, I love this about you. And these tips that I like to give, they last about 7 seconds. So when you think about like improving your parenting, it's like, okay, how to remember this like 7-second tip in the heat of the moment, this tool. So one creative thing that you guys could say is, hey, I love this about you. You're just really like a powerful kid. You know what you want and you come at it. Tip 2, but this is a boundary, right? I need you to stop asking me. Do not ask your mom. And I trust you to honor this boundary. See, that took about 7 to 10 seconds.
Oh, I love that.
Because it was just asking to stay in his power.
Yeah. So you're using the word boundary, right? And you're using the calm, firm voice, because our kids are never going to take a class on boundaries, how to keep them, how to set them, how to honor them. And so parents are teachers, and every home's a school. And they also need to understand that when you like break a boundary, which is what he's going to do because he's 12.
And he tries to play us against each other. And
He's
I tell
12.
my husband, we're a team.
So he's going to break that boundary. Right. So now the question is not like, how do I stay calm when my kid breaks his boundaries? The question is not, how do I get my husband to change and be better at keeping his boundaries? The question is, all right, honey, let's team up, and how do we improve our teaching in the home so we can do a better job of teaching our son, who's 12, about boundaries? Because he's 12, right? And then how do we teach him how to repair boundaries? So you want to do a little quick role playing real quick?
Yeah.
Love.
All right. What's the name again?
Trevor. Sorry.
Austin.
Austin. Hey, can we chat real quick?
Sure.
A little heart to heart, me and you.
Or actually, he'll probably roll his eyes.
Yeah, I was going to say, they're all
Roll
gonna
down.
Yeah.
They're 12.
Eyes,
It's all
yeah.
good. Come on, we can have some 12-year-old
let's
eye
do this
rolling.
too.
Yeah, do it. Come on, bring it. It's all good. Hey, can we chat a little bit, me and you, about what happened a few hours ago?
Fine.
Yeah. No, I can wait. This is pretty important. I wanna chat. I wanna make sure, you know.
Why do we have to?
Well, yeah, this is really important to me. You know what happened a few hours ago? We were talking about that thing with Dad. Yeah, it really affected me. I just want to have a heart to heart with you about it.
That's annoying. Okay.
Okay. So is this good?
Yeah.
It's a good time? Okay, so pause. How long did that take?
7-ish.
All right. So, right. How did you like, we're just getting started. What did you see me do there?
Important to me.
What'd you do? What did you see me do that you liked? So yeah, a little soft startup.
Ask permission and talk about your feelings because he is sensitive.
Because I'm a human being too, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, this is important to me.
Right.
Normal talk, you
Right.
know? We're
And
just
it was a
keeping
few
it cool.
hours
We're
ago.
cool cat. We're taking a chill pill. What else?
And it was after the fact. So it wasn't when everyone was hot.
Yes.
We got to pause. Teaching moments don't normally happen in the moment.
That's my biggest. Trevor, my husband's good at that, and I want to like go in, and Austin's
It's all
gone.
good.
Like,
So common.
yeah.
Right. So fiery people, you need to learn how to take a little time out and then circle back. And then people who maybe are more avoidant to conflict, you need to learn how to find that courage to come back.
That's my problem.
Put
I
it
don't.
on your phone. Come back in 2 hours. You know, be a good husband. Don't forget. I gotta show up for my wife right now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
How can I be the best mom, the best parent?
Okay.
How do I communicate, or what do I say? What don't I say?
Yes.
I don't think that the separation was right for the 6-year-old, right? Like it wasn't the right thing for him because he just wants this, big, beautiful house that both of his parents live. He's not old enough to realize that it wasn't a healthy marriage, but they don't know that at that time.
No,
they have
don't.
mommy and daddy.
Right.
So that's my big thing. That's my big thing. Mm-hmm. So.
Yeah, no. Thank you for sharing that. Also, I wanted to share that I did listen to some of the other recent, things that you've been sharing about this. I know this is a really hard time, sensitive time on you and on him. So I want to do my best to support you. I'd love to give you some tools for this. All right. I want you to use the tools you like, and I want you to toss the ones you don't.
Okay.
All right. So what you're going through in divorce is extremely confusing for everyone. It's confusing for you. It's confusing for your ex, his dad. It's confusing for your family. It's confusing for your friends. So what I have found after doing this for so long is that one of the best words to share with your child during a huge transition like this is actually to share your feelings and to share that it's confusing.
Okay.
Share it's confusing.
Wow. So even at that age.
Yeah. It's confusing. Yeah, I know. So if he says something to you, I miss Dad when he's not here. Yeah, I know, that's hard. This is really confusing because he's not here, and I get why you would miss him. I know, I'm confused too. It's so using that word, it helps him understand like it's okay to be confused. There's other words that I'm going to point you in the right direction for. I like kind of nerd out on words, and I like the word confusing because it is confusing. Mm-hmm. And it gives him the space and like the freedom to kind of land on the words that he wants to land on. He might land on this word or that word. And he might even decide like, look, I'm doing okay with this. And that might confuse parents. Sometimes that confuses parents when the kids are doing so well and they don't want to talk about it. So that's the first word. Any thoughts on that? You want to hear another tip?
Yes. Let's hear another tip. And we didn't fight in front of him. So there was a moment that I know that he didn't really see why we were separating, to piggyback on the confusing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
He didn't see us like having knockdown, drag out arguments.
Okay, yeah.
So
But can't they feel that energy?
They sure can. So
They're
this
not as
is
dumb as you
okay.
think
So
they are.
this
Right.
is
I so underestimated him,
Yeah,
by the
so
way.
When they're
here's-
babies, they can feel the energy.
So there's a common parenting thing that's been around for a while now about how you don't want to share your feelings with your kids. You want to shield your feelings from your kids. And you really want to make sure you're not making your kids responsible for your feelings. Have you guys heard all that before? Very popular. I think that is super weird, not normal, and not healthy, because your kids know when you're feeling something. They're not dumb. And so if you were actually to practice that, what you're actually saying is, I'm actually only going to be this Pollyanna happy person around my kid. And I'm just going to withhold any type of other human emotion, which is then never going to show your kids about the human experience, about how things are really sad. Things are really confusing. We don't have this all figured out, how we have to share with our feelings with people. And so what I teach and believe in is really good to share your feelings with your kids. Just do it in a really cool, normal, like age appropriate way. So I have like 6 words that I think are really great words to share with kids. And when like you're talking about super sensitive things. And I think confusing is one of them. I think that for example, I think it's so much healthier to share during a hard time, like what you're going through, to say something like, yeah, it's very confusing, versus like, oh, come on, everything's fine. No, let's just go to the park. Everything's great. Everyone's great. Where you're just like,
that was my family.
You're lying and you're faking it, So there's a difference between like sharing hope with your kid versus this or just ignoring everything's
Pretending
there.
it doesn't happen. Yeah.
There was a moment that because I learned the jazz hands. That's my coping mechanism.
Okay.
So I don't think I was like total Disney weirdo with him, but I was definitely guilty of it's going to be okay. But it was like I wasn't actually even using the opportunity to tell him that even. It was just more about like, this is what's happening, rather than asking him how he feels about anything or explaining anything to him enough. And I still am like, what do we do now?
Yeah. I like the word, I think a really great word to share with kids and teenagers is the word sad. I think that's a nice word. Like, and it's good that you feel sad sometimes. I think sadness also kind of like provokes curiosity. Like, why are you sad, Mom? Now I also think that, in your situation, would be really helpful is to just share hope with your son. Hope. Be a hope dealer. Like, you know what? This is really confusing, but we're going to get through this. I love you. You love me. You have all your family members. It's confusing times. Some parents do get divorced, but we love you so much, and we're going to be okay. We're going to get through this. Because if you don't speak hope into your kids, like that's just, where are they going to get it from? Yeah. Parents' words are so powerful. And I want to speak hope into you. You're going to get through this. You're going to be okay. You deserve love and to feel special in a relationship and to feel admired. And so, you're going to get through this.
Oh man.
Of all things. But thank you, by the way. I obviously need to learn how to take that and at some point in the future. Okay. We don't ever show our feelings because of that being strong for our children. I've never cried in front of my child or shown them hardship, or we've never said, because they're so young, you're right. We're not taught to be like, oh, today was a really hard day. Nothing. Like, we don't really talk about any of our own ups and downs.
Let me share like a kind of a creative, edgy antidote with you. one of the things I like to do is I like to learn about like people's cultures and like take the best of it. Like right now I have some new friends in my life and they're Russian. And so I'm learning about Russian and Slavic culture. There's actually a lot of Slavics in the Sacramento region, by the way. Oh. It's really interesting. A lot of Ukrainians. So I'm learning. And so a lot of them came to America when like it's 6, 7, and 8. And I'm just like learning about how they think about life and roles. It's really interesting. So think of somebody that you know who grew up with like a single mother. And like I'm thinking of like a couple famous like basketball players right now, right? That are very successful. And they were raised by a single mom. All right. And I'm having these flashbacks to how they hug their mom on the sidelines. They talk about their mothers in their MVP speeches, right? They are like mama's boys. Do you have some people in your mind?
Yes.
Right? Mm-hmm. So now let's just ask ourselves, why? Why do these men love their mamas so much? Why do some teen boys just are so crazy about their mamas and they love their grandmamas, right? I don't know the answer to this. I just have a couple theories.
Okay.
I was never a single mom growing up, and I've never been a poor single mother, right? But if you are growing up and you're like a single mom and you're like having a hard time making ends meet and you just love your kids, right? You're trying to protect them. You're trying to keep them out of the bad stuff. You come home and you cry, you yell, you might have a shady boyfriend, you feel alone, right? That pain, right? Are you imagining this, whether you lived it or maybe you've seen it in movies, or you have a friend? So these boys, they grow up seeing their mom's humanity, their vulnerability. They see the tears, they see the sadness because the mom can't hide it from them. It can't just pretend.
Right. Never shown my son that.
I don't know why our generation has a hard time showing our kids our humanity. I think it's because we were never taught that by our parents. They didn't model it to us.
Right. Never.
So parents or teachers in every home's a school.
Yeah.
Never.
So it's when we are not showing our kids our humanity, that's because we're trying to figure this out.
You don't have your shit together. If you're letting have egg on your face in front of your kids, then you're messing up.
Right. And also with, certain cultures, right? And it's really like, that's not what you do in our culture, right? So some cultures have more
secretive.
We all have strengths and weaknesses. We all have things we do, and we want to and we don't want to be those weird parents that are like crying every day in front of our kids, or being like weak and like being all down and depressed. That's pretty extreme and weird too. So we're just like, we're trying to figure out, like, I think what's happening to our generations, we're trying to figure out, how do we do this like a normal way? How do we be these normal, loving, connected parents?
Connection.
Overly aggressive or yelling, or harsh, but not like these super passive, permissive, weak parents.
And you want them to, for me, I think you see as a really successful parent is when your adult children want to hang out with you, right? Because that's my dream. I want my kids,
Yeah.
with my husband and I, we don't have that. So
our 20-year-old daughter lives at home. I said, girl, I love having you here. I want you to find a nice Russian boy who's in construction and live here until you're ready to move in and get married with him.
And have great grandkids together.
Yeah. And like, I'm already thinking about like saving up for like the grandkids and what do we do here? Like, so it's like, there's just, that's a whole different podcast, like the whole no contact movement, and like how many people are like disconnecting from their parents, and like estrangement and all this stuff. So this is like what we're parenting now, because we want to be close. We want to be connected. That's why we had kids in the first place, right? That's why you have a dog, to be close and have someone cuddle with you. Who cares about anything else?
Yeah.
Right?
Nothing.
I like being here, but it's cool. But I care about those 3 kids at home and my wife more than anything else. And like, just like eating tacos together and laughing. That's really what makes a wealthy home, right? It's tacos.
So you have
kids.
such little time with your kids too on a given day, because you have your morning routine, they go to school, and then you have a few hours in the evening routine. And today there's video games. Gaming is a thing that, even sports,
Talk
whatever.
to us about screen time too.
I sure can. But here's the cool thing too about I'm just to compliment you guys. I'm meeting right now, talking with 2 successful working moms. So the research on time is like your kids don't need like 7 hours a day of your time. It's like, and it's just that quality time and that connection, whether it be either through texting, we have like a little group chat, my family. And if you have a teenager who might even be playing sports after school, the chances of you even getting a quality 15 minutes with that girl or that athlete, that's going to be tough because they're going to be all stanky. They're going to be tired. They don't want to talk about your feelings or their day. So it's just like a journey, you just got to like make the most of it and try to like fight for that family time in a way that works for you and your crew.
Yeah.
But screens, you want to nerd out on screens? How much time do you have? Yeah. Got a lot. We could talk about screens all day. What do you want to talk about with screens?
For me and Trav, do you want to come on? My husband's here.
Yeah. Hey.
Okay, guys. So now we have a very special guest, my hubby, Trevor, Trey.
It's like, hi.
He's shy. He usually doesn't do podcasts, but we're bringing him on since this is a parenting episode. So thanks, babe, for coming by.
I'm sure there's a lot I'm going to get out of it.
Yeah. So, Sean, we were running a scenario about our son, Austin, earlier. They have a beautiful relationship, Trevor and Austin. He loves his dad. His dad, his lights up. And Austin's
I give you a couple scripts for that.
Austin's not an affectionate kid. He runs into Trevor's arms. He tries to mess with me. He'll be
cool.
He'll be like, "Good night, Mom. Good night, Dad. Love you." Like, he just tries to push my buttons.
Yeah.
He does say love you, but he tries to he's very obvious, like, Dad's my guy, right?
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
It's not that. Trevor, I think, is just, baby, you tell him.
Do you ever, I feel...
No, because I know he's playing with me. I know he does write to me, I love you. He's just playing with me because I'm the bad
their
cop.
mom. They love their mom, which is so great. I love her too. But, it's like sometimes...
That's like my daughter.
Yeah. My littlest is kind of like closest to like a daddy's girl. Back to your question. That's hard though. That's kind of actually, that's a different topic. Like, what do you do?
But Austin likes to play. Like, I know how much he loves me. He's told, but he likes to play with me, right?
He's trying to get a rise out of you.
Yeah.
That's definitely a thing. 12-year-old boys trying to get a rise out of their mom.
He's
poking their mom, poking that bear. That's fun stuff when you're 12. If you have a cool mom that you love, that's part of the problem.
That's how we are. We joke.
Safety. When you're a great parent, your kids like you, they trust you. They're not afraid you're going to hit them or cuss them out. Well, then they're gonna play with you. They're gonna mess with you. They're gonna call you bruh. They're gonna push your buttons. They're not gonna listen to you the first time.
Yeah.
But you got to remember, you're the parent. This is
So that's where we're struggling.
You still want to teach a kid, hey, I want you to treat me with love and kindness.
So that's where I think
nice to me.
Yeah, that's the thing. We are very lucky. Our kids want to be with us all the time. They adore us. Okay, we have a nice relationship.
That's a great problem.
But the boundaries is where we struggle, and the listening. So Trav, give us a scenario.
Normal problems, great problems, common problems.
Yeah.
So one of the challenges I have is the word no.
Okay.
And I understand that you can't be a yes dad all the time.
Okay.
But I also believe that life throws a lot of situations where accepting no is not the successful way to approach certain situations. So sometimes my son will ask me something, and for my own personal reasons, I'll say no. I'm not in the mood to go play ball with him or whatever it is.
Yeah.
But he'll push, and I eventually say yes.
Okay.
But there's other situations where it's just a hard no. He might want dessert before dinner, and it's a no.
It's a
you
no.
can ask as many times as you want.
Yeah,
but,
you're not getting 5 scoops of ice cream for dinner, boy.
But no. I do feel I am a little too quick to say yes.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
For example, my son loves reptiles.
Oh God.
Oh, you're gonna die at this one.
We've got like 17 reptiles.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
Wow.
you were. Yeah,
But he's always wanted a reptile that interacts with him.
Okay.
And most reptiles just sit on your shoulder and don't do anything.
Right. Yeah.
So he's discovered these 5-6 feet size lizards that are called monitors.
Oh my.
And since we have so many
5
lizards,
to 6 feet long.
yeah, it's a big person. It's bigger than me.
And you have a hard time saying no. Okay, let's continue. Oh boy.
So we have
Yeah.
we have a reptile expert who sees to
Cool.
these lizards. She comes like
Fancy.
once a month, and then twice a week I have
Yeah.
someone else who comes. It's pretty upscale.
Very nice.
This reptile expert who comes to
Okay.
the house gave me the scoop on this monitor, and there was nothing positive about it. You're raising a small beast. You're raising a small beast.
I can't. Yeah.
So I told Austin, my son, that it's a hard no. We're just not
Hard
doing
no.
it. It's
Okay.
dangerous.
Yeah.
They're hard to take care of. We don't have the
Gosh.
space for it.
Oh my gosh.
So we go to the reptile convention.
That's cool though. That's a good win-win, right? We can go to the convention to look at them.
Just wait, Sean.
Okay.
So we come home with the monitor.
Oh goodness.
He's already like 3 feet.
Did you check with mom first?
Nope.
So this was the misunderstanding. Mom thought it was a good idea to build a terrarium in the wall and get a bigger lizard.
I never said bigger lizard. I said, we could do a terrarium in the world, be cool. Nothing out of my mouth ever
Okay.
said big lizard.
Well,
So-
regardless,
No,
we have
but-
this
but
lizard
there's
There's a
down.
misunderstanding.
No, but there's a
Yeah.
lot of things they've done without checking with mom.
This is a very common dynamic where one parent likes, this is a thing. One parent's like giving, you like providing, you like making your kids happy. And sometimes they do things without checking with other parents.
Always. It's like them versus
And
me.
that's that can cause issues in the marriage. So yeah, you guys can get through this. This is a 6-foot problem. Please continue.
So we got this monitor, and it's the best decision I think I ever made.
Oh, wow. Wow. Plot twist. Plot twist. Wow. Why?
Because
Wow. You're broing out with your son over this beast.
I weigh out certain decisions based
Wow.
on what the experience is going to be like.
Man.
And I weighed out what he can gain from having this monitor as opposed
Okay.
to not having the monitor.
Okay, like personal responsibility, taking care of it, owning that stuff, owning a beast.
Yes,
Yep.
all of the above. And it
Man.
outweighed the work and effort it's going to go into raise this monitor.
So it logically financially makes sense. Please continue. I don't know, how's it doing emotionally? I'll let you tell the story.
So Austin seems like a different kid now that he has this monitor. He spends time with it. He nurtures it.
He's been
he
training.
feeds it. He's been training
Wow,
it.
did not
Trained with
see
the
the story
specialist.
going this way.
He's training with the specialist like 2 hours a day. He
Oh my
comes
God.
home.
It's like you're kind of letting your son's dreams come true.
It's a passion.
Yeah, it's a huge passion.
And I could have
18, he's got 18 monsters in the house.
yeah.
So, sorry.
And I could have stuck to no,
Yeah.
but I took a step back and I really thought about the next steps that could come out of it, and
Okay.
it worked out. It could have easily not worked out, but it did.
There's so much stuff I love about your story. Like, part of good parenting is it's not about you. It's about you going into your child's world, entering into their world and enjoying it, like I'm for you, not against you. And so I love that. Like, I don't know if I would respond that same way with a 6-foot beast, but that's the thing. Like, I know a lot about My Little Ponies. I know a lot. That's because my girls love My Little Ponies. And that's like, think of like good parenting is like, it's not about you entering into your kid's world to just love it. And it maybe only lasts for a year or a few years, but I love this story. Keep going. What's next?
So the reason why I brought this up is I was stuck on my hard no. It was a hard no. He asked me 20 times afterwards. It was a hard no.
Okay.
But he kept going with it. He wasn't accepting it.
Okay.
It wasn't until I got to the reptile show and actually thought about it to where I made the actual decision to move forward with it. But I still feel, even though there's a lot of positives that came out of it, it still gives the wrong message to Austin that I don't stick to my nose.
Okay, man. Okay.
So he needs that thing that you were saying.
A question that we're all having
Yes.
is that we want to know the long-term effects of our short-term decisions. Like,
Oh, okay.
right?
Yeah.
And Trevor, that
Okay.
what the message that you were saying earlier, how he needs to
Okay.
talk to Austin later about the boundary thing. He had a really powerful way of getting across the message.
Okay.
Yeah.
So a few thoughts to think about. One is this is something I want you to talk about with your spouses. Is that when you're as a child in poverty, and you're having a hard time putting food on the table, it's really tough. It's really tough on a marriage. It's really tough. But when you have resources because you've worked hard, you've been successful, and that's really tough too. It actually comes with a lot of problems. So most of my clientele are people that have resources and they like buying things for their kids. It's fun. It's
And
fun
Trevor grew up poor. So it's like, I want to give everything my kid didn't have.
Totally makes
You know, what I
sense,
didn't
right?
have.
That totally makes sense. So that's like, so we all bring this luggage into marriage and into parenting. So what we're doing right now is good. We're kind of talking about it. And so that's good that you've talked to her about it. Like, honey, I don't know if this is what you said. It's hard for me to say no because, I love seeing him happy. We have the resources, we have the space. And so that's really tough. Bring me back to what you want me to talk about. Because I just went on a little tangent right there.
And okay, so how do I know that giving him something today is going to have the long-term impact of him going after what he wants? Or the flip side is a crackhead addiction. Like sometimes I worry and I go to that extreme to say, now, whatever I give my child, or if I'm supposed to make them earn it in a healthy way, we only care about the long-term output of what our actions are.
And not being able to deal with a no.
Right. So
in real life, what are you going to do with your coping skills? And this is my conversation with Trevor. How's he going to accept a no?
Here's a few tools for you. On the first one that I want to give, I want your advice, and I want you to tell me if you like this or not, what I'm about to say, because I don't know if it's really good advice or not. That when you have very little money and you're having a hard time, you've got to be very intentional about saying yes and prioritizing your kids and sacrificing your kids to give them a really nice life. But when you have money in the bank and you have resources, you need to have a healthy fear of that and have a healthy worry. Like, am I spoiling my kid? Am I overindulging them? Am I setting them up for success in the real world? Am I raising like a spoiled brat or a rich kid? And then with part of the problem with entitlement in growing up with when you have nice things, because my kids have really nice things too. So is that they don't understand that psychology of being in want and what it feels like to sit in that pain or to sit in the tension of working for something or waiting or like in that tension and nobody likes sitting in that tension. It's hard to have a kid who keeps asking for something every 2 months. So
delayed
this is
gratification.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay. When you're talking about that, I started thinking about like the chores, the responsibilities at home. We hear about a chore chart, but we're not going off the subject. I'm just wanting to piggyback that when you're with a child at the age of 6 or 12 and they say, let's say you ask them to bring their plate to the sink.
Yes.
So it's a relatively small chore. Or you're asking them to have the ice cream. You're not going to have the ice cream until after. Or if it could be when they do their homework. When you're trying to structure the set you up for success, what are some of the, because we always get pushback. No, I don't want to right now.
Right.
What are you supposed to do? What are your tips?
Here's 3 quick tools, and I'll expand on any tools that you want. The first one is this great tool called Empathetic limits. And this is a great way to get your kids to honor your no the first time and to accept a no. So, hey, I want 5 scoops of ice cream. Hey, I want a 50-foot alligator in my
That's next.
In mom's closet. I want you to redo mom's closet so I can put my alligator in there. Hey, I think that's so. The thing about, we don't want to give our kids empathy because they ask for stupid stuff. They want 5 scoops of ice cream. They want to have 50 iPads. And so we don't like that. It bothers us. No, I don't want to. No, you can't stay up anymore. Just stop. So just slowing down and trying to remember, like what Mr. Rogers told us to do, is just to remember what it's like to be a kid again. Like, yeah. And I'm not going to use the monitor situation as a good example. I'll just use ice cream. Yeah, that makes sense. Like, I can see why you want ice cream. Ice cream is really good. It is really good. Yeah, I can see why you'd want it. We're a 2-scoop family, so we're not going to do ice cream. Blah, 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 blah. Hey, and then this is another great tool. I got to be able to trust you that when I say no to ice cream, you're going to accept my no and you're going to move on. So can I trust you to accept this and we can move on? So one of the greatest parenting hacks of all time is to teach your kids the psychology of trust and how important it is that they keep their word. Hey, honey, I need you to clear your plate from the dining room table.
I don't want to.
Okay. I done a lot of nice things for you. I love you. I know it's hard cleaning your plate. I need to be able to trust you. Are you clean your plate within the next 1 minute? Can I trust you to do that?
Why does it matter?
Okay. I know you'll make the right decision.
He's going to stay where he is.
Okay. Right. Because he's 6.
But he's 6.
Okay.
Here's why he's going to say, because whether he's 6 or he's 16, why? Let's break it down.
Because you're giving
Why is he
them
going to
the
stay?
power.
A totally cool answer.
Yeah.
Why would he stay?
Because I don't come attack him and drag him.
Okay,
I just
you're not
let
going to
him do
hit
that.
him. Good.
Right.
Okay. Like if it was 1978, maybe, look out. Right. So that's why, because your kid's not afraid of you beating him. So,
Right.
okay, that's cool.
They're not
But
afraid
still,
of consequences at all.
clean your
Not
dang
afraid
plate,
at all.
Right.
I'm like, I'm not your freaking like, May, clean your plate. So, but why? He's not going to clean his plate because 1, he doesn't want to clean his plate.
Okay.
Which is fine, right?
Yeah.
He's 2. Mom's not going to hit him. There's a lot of reasons why.
Right.
A 6-year-old's not going to. What else?
Okay.
What else? Let's all
because
brainstorm.
he's watching something really fun
Yeah,
on
he's
TV.
not really connected to the plate.
Right.
He's watching
Right.
some stupid stuff or whatever.
Right.
Okay, what
Just
else? There's a
doesn't feel
lot.
like
We're
it.
in 3.
He's lazy. He doesn't want to do it.
Yeah, he's lazy.
Mom will do it if I don't do
So
it.
there you go. There's a
Somebody
big
else
one.
will do it.
I know
Motivation.
my mommy. I know that if I say X, Y, and Z, she's going to do it.
Right.
Or she's going to jibber jabber some speech to
Right,
me.
right,
And I
right.
can just
100%.
shut it down.
That's
and I
my
can
son.
flip a switch and I can dehumanize her.
Okay.
Right now,
No
we're getting
bueno.
it
Right.
because I'm 6.
Okay.
And I know she loves me, so she's not going to hit me or call
Right.
me names.
Ever.
So there's 4 reasons. So there's actually a few more. What else? Why is a 6-year-old
There's
not
no
going to clean their
reward
day?
for doing it.
Okay, so no reward.
There's
That's
no
5.
ROI.
Why did I do something that doesn't get anything out of me? And I'm in control here. Good one. This is why the
Control.
6-year-old's going to freak out when you give him the purple bowl over the green bowl.
Right.
I need the green bowl. So annoying. So annoying. It's because they have such little control over their lives because they're 6.
Oh.
So, all right.
So
here's
it's
your freaking
control a
green.
really big one then, huh?
Yeah, because everybody wants control. So fine, here's our dang green bowl.
Oh my God.
Right.
Can you?
But we're to 6. So we're before we got it. So
We got to
there's
keep going.
okay, but here's another big one.
Okay.
This is deep. You ready?
Okay.
Okay. If I was your guest and I ate at your nice house, I would clean my plate. Okay. Because I want to be a good guest. I want to get invited back because I want to be respectful and also because I care about your feelings.
Mom.
I want you to like me. Right? So one of the reasons why a 6-year-old is not going to clear their plate. Remember, we're talking about cleaning your plate, but we're actually not talking about cleaning your plate right now, everybody. You with me? This is not about cleaning your plate.
Okay.
This is about everything. Is because I don't really understand how me cleaning my plate is a nice caring thing to do for my mom. I don't understand that. I don't understand that this is a nice loving thing to do for my mom. who's kind of going through a hard time right now. And I also don't understand that how breaking trust with my mom hurts her feelings. And I don't really understand how keeping trust with her blesses her so much. And so I don't want to clean my plate, because if he did understand like this, let's do some role playing real quick. It's not no long one, just a quick one. Hey, sweetie, can we chat real quick?
Okay.
Hey, one of the ways you could love me is when I tell you to clean your plate, I need you to clean it the first time, and I need to be able to trust you to clean it.
Okay. And then what if you have to say, if I count to 10 and you haven't cleaned your plate,
right?
Then
I don't want to count to 10. Can I trust you? No, he's 6.
That's fear. Fear
Yeah.
based.
I count to 10. That's stupid. Count to 10. I think count to 10 is stupid, but count to 10 if you want. My wife counts to 3 sometimes. That's fine.
Okay.
But he's only 6. So he doesn't understand trust. But if you talk to a 6-year-old about trust for 6 months, he'll understand trust. So like, hey, I'll give you this iPad to play. But can I trust you that when your time's up, you give it right back to me? Yes, mommy. Okay, can you look me in the eye and say, mommy, you can trust me. I can trust you to give you it back. And then a 6-year-old will be like, mommy, trust me, the pad, me. So, okay, good. Now say, mommy, you can trust me. I'll give it back. So we're teaching him about trust. So I need to trust you. Can you clean the plate when I tell you? What did he say? What was he going to say?
1 more minute.
So, okay. I don't want to wait 1 minute. When I tell you to clean your plate, this means a lot to me. I do a lot for you. I love you. Do you know I love you?
Yes.
I do a lot for you. Did you like your meal out of your green bowl?
Okay.
Was it good?
Okay.
Good. Do you understand that you taking your plate to that sink right there means a lot to me?
Okay.
Do you understand that?
Okay. Whatever.
Okay, no. So you're not hearing me.
Okay.
Okay, so what do you hear me saying?
Meh, 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 meh,
Okay.
meh.
Okay. It sounds like you're really not ready. You're really not ready to talk. I really want to talk to you about the green plate right now. Do you want to talk now or are we going to talk later?
Okay, so this is obviously a 6-year-old can do this. So when you
Yes.
said trust, okay.
Yes.
And so when you say
the
trust,
6-year-old can clean his plate.
he can. He
Yes.
certainly can.
Yes.
And also, if you notice that they have one behavior for mommy and a different behavior for daddy, right?
Yeah.
Like my mom, when she comes over, she notices that he will get up on the first time that his dad asks him to do something, more so than if his mom does, because there's no consequences with mom. She's so soft.
So, son, I don't want you to clean your plate because you're going to be in trouble. I want you to clean your plate because this is what big boys do in this family. They clean their plates.
And don't they want to feel like they're contributing to the house? Like that's a big one.
You're right. This is what we all do. We all help each other here. And you're a great helper. So let's pass 24-hour passes. He cleans his plate. You did it. You did it. You cleaned your plate. High five. Thank you. I feel really loved that you cleaned your plate. Okay, good, mommy. Now a 16-year-old would be like, huh? But it's the same thing. Like, hey, I really need you, son, to empty the garbage the first time before you take your car out and go out with your girlfriend. Can I trust you? Why is it such a big deal, Mom? It's the garbage. Because I'm a parent. I'm weird. For me, how my kids do their chores, it really matters to me. How my son empties the trash and thinks about the family by emptying the freaking trash, that means a lot to me. So I got you this nice car. So before you go to freaking Chipotle, empty the dang trash. Can I trust you to empty the trash? This is how you show love and respect to me. The trash.
Yeah.
That's true.
It takes 2 seconds.
It's true. We care about the trash because the trash is not about the trash. It's about the green plate. It's deeper.
And thinking outside of yourself and contributing to the household that you live in. And being a part of that. Will you tell Trevor just that quick scenario of like a little just hypothetical situation for him talk to Austin later on, after the no has happened, about the boundary. Because I think it was a really powerful conversation, just a role play about you pretending to be Trevor, and Trevor, you're going to be Austin, and Sean's going to about respecting your no's.
The role play?
And I don't want to like overwhelm you with like too many tools, but here's another great tool. If you like hate saying no.
Yeah.
Let me give you another great tool. This is such a great tool for if you have teenagers, especially, which you got a 12-year-old.
But I have to preface that I have a hard time saying no in general.
Yeah.
Specifically
Maybe
with my
you should
son.
help him in his companies.
You were like bombarded to come on this podcast, so you don't need to answer this question. Can I ask you a personal question? You don't need to answer it.
Okay.
How come? Why is it hard for you to say no to your son?
It's a good question. I just want to give him everything.
Okay. So why is it hard for you to say no?
It's a two-part answer. One, a lot of the times he asks me something, I don't have a good reason why I'm saying no, other than I just don't want to do it. So it almost like he pleads a case that makes sense to me.
Yeah.
And I agree with him. So I have a hard time saying no.
What about buying stuff? Or getting things?
Oh, we're going to go.
Not earning them, that kind of thing.
I don't want to put words in your mouth, but what you might be saying, correct me, is that I kind of get caught up in the logics of the heat of the moment between me and him, and I'm not really thinking about her or his future or the other things that might be going on. I don't know if that's what you were saying, but is that related at all?
Yeah, the truth is I don't think about the bigger picture in those moments. I don't pause, take a step back, and actually rationalize why I shouldn't be saying no and sticking to it.
Cool. Let me say something kind of deep about a different parent, and I want to see how you respond.
Okay.
Cool. So some parents, they struggle with, let's just pick something not cool. Let's just go like yelling. So a lot of parents struggle with yelling. And then if you ask them, well, why do you yell? They will often say exactly what you just said. I don't really think about it. It just happens. So it just feels right in the moment. So what are your thoughts on what I said? Is this related at all? Like you don't really think it through, like this mindfulness of thinking about her, thinking about the future, thinking about getting him used to saying no. You just like kind of get caught up in the joy and the good feelings of the moment, or what feels right.
Yeah, I don't take a step back and pause. And 10 times out of 10, nothing that he's asking me is so urgent that he needs an answer right away. But I don't pause. I don't think about it.
You're talking about, this is how I talk about my own stuff too, so welcome to the club. We don't step back and pause and slow down and be like, what's the deeper, like one thing I like to teach people is it's never about what it's about. So it's not about the green ball, or the dish. It's like, what is this really about? But you have to pause and take a moment to kind of even have that thought. So you just enjoy. It's like, and probably too, just a compliment to you, you're a giver. So probably one of your love languages is giving, and you're good at it. And so it's like you have a gift. You're a great provider. We're in this beautiful, place. And so it's great things. It's like asking you to not use your superpowers,
Yeah.
Stop doing nice things for people you love. That's weird. You know what I mean?
So what about love? What about happiness? Sorry. I wanted to say, what if you just want your child to be happy and you're saying yes because why should I say no?
Right.
And why should they experience, is it pain?
Right.
Why am I arbitrarily saying no to them?
So deep. Yeah. That's great.
But what were you going to say?
I was going to say, I don't want to dig into my past, but when I was probably Austin's age, a little bit younger, Liat mentioned that we were a little poor growing up. And my parents weren't honest with me if I wanted a new pair of shoes or if I wanted to go the amusement park or get a gift for someone. It wasn't, no, we can't afford it. It was like, no, you didn't do good on your schoolwork, or no, you were fighting with your sister. Or it was
that's kind of like shame or manipulative.
Right.
Yeah, you're not good enough. You didn't earn it. You have to earn these things. You failed.
Right. Mm-hmm. So I feel like maybe with Austin, if I say no, I think I'm giving him the message that he's not good enough for it, or he doesn't deserve it.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
That's deep.
That's deep. Yeah.
There it is.
Yeah, exactly.
So a couple, we were chatting a little bit before we aired. Like, how can I be of service today? How can I help? So one thing that I like to do is I like to give people fresh ideas or tools or like scripts. Mm-hmm. So would you like to give me a couple creative scripts or ideas the next time that hits you in that moment, and you can try to remember these scripts, and if you like them, use them?
Yeah.
Is that cool?
Yeah, I appreciate it.
Okay, cool. So one thing you can do is something we did before you joined us, is you can use the word boundary. You can say it's a no for now, because I need to talk to mom and we need to get on the same page about this. So I need you to accept my no. So that's like setting that boundary, or it's a no for now. Tool 2, some people like this for younger kids. I'm not a big fan of this for 12-year-olds. Asked and answered. Asked and answered. Kind of childish, kind of good for like maybe 6-year-olds, right?
I don't know what that means.
I learned that one. Like ask, because they'll keep asking. And instead of you keep repeating, you just say asked and answered.
Oh, got it. Okay.
Asked and answered.
I remember that.
Like I'll do it with the crazy eyes to like when my kids are little, like asked and answered.
Okay.
Like I'm serious. Don't press me. Another thing you could do is, I actually have a very successful client, and he's been kind of breaking through from these patterns of buying his kids things. And he's been using some of these tools with a lot of success too. He could say things like, I love buying you things. These get a little confusing for me because when I was growing up, buying things was a little confusing. So when these things happen, I need to take a breath and slow down and think it through. And mom kind of helps me make the right decision. So I need some time
to think about it. You could say, can you say, can we think about it?
Yeah.
So so that script in script 1, could that potentially set mom up to fail?
So it could, well said, it could potentially turn into like a good cop, bad cop situation.
Right. You're already there.
But the more you say no, the more you keep doing this, the more it seems like she'll feel more like, hey, we're making partnership decisions together. We feel trusting. And then what'll happen is, the answer is going to say no, and then you'll deliver the no, because it's really important that, that one parent doesn't become like the constant bad cop. Yeah. And so you're going to get more comfortable the more you have scripts, the more you can say something like this. Hey, I'm not ready to say no, or I'm not ready to say yes right now, but you can trust me. I'm going to take this very seriously. I love, like, you proved yourself with the monitor to be so wise. So you really earned my trust. Now, can you trust me? Then I'm really take this seriously, and I'll come back to you on this. How would your son respond to that?
I honestly don't know. He's so unpredictable sometimes. On one hand, he might get it, but then on the other hand, if he's on one, he's just going to keep going.
Right, but you got to remember though that like we're teachers, and teaching our kids about these topics, they don't happen in one-time conversations. So here's another great tip, another script. Hey, when you ask me for things, can you pretend to be him for a second?
Yeah.
When you ask me for things, I sometimes get a little confused. Remember, whenever you're having a hard talk with a kid, you only talk for like 10 seconds.
That's your duration.
Did you notice that?
Yeah.
Even they're 17, keep it. It's like a little ping pong ball. Hey, I get a little confused.
I don't know what you mean. I don't know.
It's just kind of confusing because I love you and I love buying stuff for you, but it's pretty confusing.
Can I have it?
I want to talk to you about why I feel confused.
Is it because...
Wait. I want to see what he says. I know. Hold on. I want to see.
But I need it.
right? So what do you hear me saying? See what he's doing? He's dehumanizing.
Right.
He's breaking intimacy. Totally normal. He's not used to this. He's not good at it. He sucks at it. He's 12. It's all good.
It's all good.
What do you hear me saying?
I don't care. I want it.
Okay, well, I want to share my feelings with you, boy. And I'm telling you, I feel confused. So can I share my feelings with you?
Right. Yeah.
Okay. Well, how about this? So you're
Turned his
telling,
head.
so you want me to care for your feelings, but you don't seem to want to care for my feelings? That doesn't really make sense. Let's take a break.
Okay.
And we could talk another time because it doesn't really want to have a conversation with a young man who doesn't really want to care for my feelings.
This is for
So see,
6
that's
or
a
12
tool right
or
there.
16?
See, that's another tool. He's not really ready. There's connection before correction. So we just evaluated, is this boy connected to us right now? Right.
No.
So what am I going to do? Am I going to yell? Am I going to cave? No, man, I'm just going to go make some iced tea and chill out and wait. And then he's going to come to me 10, 15 minutes later, an hour later. And why is he going to come to me?
Because he still wants what he wants.
He still wants what he freaking wants. So now I'm sitting here, with my legs crossed, drinking my iced tea, and let's see what he says now.
Daddy?
Bring it.
I have to get a mountain bike. I have to go riding with Leo.
Okay. It sounds like you want to chat, but
After he's already
help me
gotten
understand this.
bikes.
We were talking earlier, and I was trying to connect with you, and you didn't seem to want to connect with me. So are you in the mood now?
I just want the mountain bike. Otherwise, I'm not going to be able to keep up with them.
Okay. So are you ready for me to talk to you about what I'm feeling about this? It sounds like you're not ready. Okay. I'll wait. I love you, boy. You're my guy.
You're my guy.
Let me know when you're ready. I'm going to go give your mom a big hug and finish my iced tea. Please don't bother me again until you're ready to connect, okay?
Wow.
Oof.
Can I bring you home?
What, is that mean or is that normal?
No, it's just intense in a good way.
It's normal. I don't want to be bothered. Just like about your student mountain bike. I'm being kind.
No, but I think what I'm wanting Trevor to learn too is to keep his cool with the boundary, right? Because Austin will just push and push and push until Trevor gets so irritated. And now he walks away in a bad mood, which then makes Austin sensitive. And now we're in this loop of Austin being like, Dad was mean.
And I don't know, Austin, but is there a chance that Austin is using his sensitivity as a little form of manipulation to try to get what he wants, to press buttons?
Oh yeah, like he walks off.
So then what's he's gonna go feel his feelings.
Yeah.
And we're gonna remember you cannot control this child, but you can control yourself.
Yeah.
And I am doing a good job because I'm drinking my iced tea and I'm setting my boundaries. I'm being firm and kind. And my son is feeling his feelings because he's honoring my boundaries.
Okay, I want to know.
And my wife's happy.
And Trevor.
My wife's happy because she's watching me do this and not cave. And she's like, oh, yeah, I like you.
Yeah, it's a leader.
So I'm starting.
Austin starts manipulating because he knows he's going to get Trevor in a bad, or Austin's going to walk away upset. He knows Trevor's going to, because Trevor has a thing to feel bad. And then he knows Dad's going to come to me in 5 minutes and be like, okay, fine.
It's not Austin that's the challenging piece to this component. I'm the challenging piece.
It's your inner work. Right?
It's me.
So
right.
we are our inner work. So I don't want to put words in your mouth. We just met. So what it might be is your inner work is, how do I learn how to be really firm in my boundaries and kind of be self-loving and self-soothe myself and be the self-regulated, cool, calm cat? How do I take a chill pill, right, when everyone's going nuts? Like, I say this to myself, this works for me. Just because the circus comes to town doesn't mean you need to join it. So now he's getting, the circus is in the house over a freaking bike or a freaking 6 foot long monster. And yeah, he wants what he wants.
6 foot long monster. So
sorry, no disrespect.
Is it the long term?
It's
So
true.
when they say like today's this is tomorrow's keys to the car. Like if we're trying to motivate ourselves to do the right thing, it is for tomorrow. So if I said no
yes.
right now,
This is
am I
really
making
a great point you're saying. Keep going.
Okay. If I say no right now, am I doing what's best for him to feel that sadness? Or maybe he just had to feel like I didn't get what I wanted in that moment. Is that the best thing for tomorrow? For him to be disciplined to study for the SAT, for him to finish law school, for him to be able to,
So good.
finish a marathon run,
So good.
Whatever it is. Okay, so
Just sit on
that's
that.
our motivation.
Everyone just sit on that because that was such a brilliant thing. Just sit on that brilliance of that. If we can trust a 6-year-old to empty the green cup, if we can trust a 12-year-old to accept our no and to understand things are confusing because I can buy you whatever we want, but that doesn't mean we will. And just, if we can trust you to get off the screens in time, that means we can trust you when you go out when you're 16 to prom. Right? So it's just like, this process.
And earning, I did explain to my kid, I said, when you don't earn something, there's not really an appreciation, right? It's like, oh, I don't like that. Let's get another one. Oh, I don't. And he's like, well, I do want to earn it. I said, because earning, you really, really do appreciate what you have, the whole waiting and not getting it right when you want. Learning to sit in that discomfort of, oh, I'm counting my money and like, it's going to be like a month, but I'm going to get this bike and I am going to love it. First,
so good.
I want this mountain bike tomorrow. Let's go get it. It's in my hands. I don't give a shit tomorrow. I want another bike.
So this is why we all need like tools for when we get so flooded. And so another great tool, like you might want to use this. Hey, this is a good idea. Let's talk about, a win-win. How are you going to earn this? That took about 5 seconds. Like, what do you mean earn it? What do you mean, old man? Just buy me one, right? Like, no, well, you're old enough now. You're a young man. Well, no, I'm entitled to these things. No, those days are over. You're a young man now. And so, so now you just changed the whole dynamic because I just said the same thing you said. I just took it into like a script, right? Like, hey, I think you getting a mountain bike sounds like a great idea. Let's talk about how you can earn that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because once they put all then the appreciation comes. It's not like, oh, I got it next, and that's what Trevor and I constantly fight about because I just want Austin. I don't want him to be one of those children that's used to getting everything he wants. And then, what do you do later in life?
One of my favorite things for teenagers is to get this magical thing. It's so great. It's called a job. And it's the best. I had one. Did you guys have one?
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
I did.
Yeah, this is a pretty fancy neighborhood. Yeah, the teenagers here be scooping them ice cream, or serving them.
Yep.
That
I already told Austin, you're going into work.
Getting a job is such a great way to raise great adults if you have resources.
I did tell Austin if he's going to breed some of his lizards, so he's going to start selling them wholesale to different reptile shops.
That's
in
cool.
theory. So that's the responsibility.
Yeah, he did.
That comes
He
with
taught
Austin.
him because Austin said, "Well, okay, if we sell this rare lizard for $5,000, do I get to spend the $5,000?" Trevor's like, "No." So he taught him all about.
So
He's
great.
like, he got his first business lesson. Yeah.
So great.
Yeah. So I think just having that boundary or saying, "Hey, when I say no, that's a boundary," and that's going to be the talk.
When
We
you
all got
brought
our
up
stuff.
when you brought up earning something like earning the bike or earning the monitor, is that different to, well, if you bring the bowl to the sink, you can have an extra 5 minutes of screen time? Is that like bribing? Where does that fall into
I
it?
think that it's kind of like a different conversation because what I would teach is that all of our kids should be doing chores with no rewards. Like, this is what we do here. Right. And if you have a housekeeper, which we do, it's a little more challenging, but you've got to make chores. Like, this is a part of the family culture. Why would I do that? You do it. Like, no, this is what we do here. And then how you remember going back to what I was saying like an hour ago, like you want to teach them, this is your role in the family. This is how you show love to the family. You're an important person in this family. We're not a bunch of Uber drivers and Door Dashers around here, and we're not your maids. This is how you contribute.
Yeah.
Let's just say Austin isn't as rational as that, and it just doesn't click. Like the light bulb doesn't go off, and he's like, "Oh, that makes sense. Let me go take the trash out."
Yeah.
How would it look if we did the trash together in the beginning?
Yeah, that's great. Yep. It just takes time. Like a lot of these raising great kids take time. This is why I think one of the best ways to understanding like good parenting is, we're teachers. And sometimes we have slow learners. It just takes time for kids to understand, to clean the green plate and to empty the trash, and how important it is to keep trust. It just takes time and kindness and good teaching.
Yeah.
Trust.
Yeah.
Trust.
I love that trust. There was one time when my kid was like 6 or 7 and he lied. It was like a small lie. And I had that talk. I didn't get upset. I said, look, when you lose people's trust, it's a big deal in life.
Yeah.
And like
wolf.
Yeah. And I was like, I don't ever want to lose your trust. So let's think next time I'd rather you tell me the truth on all fronts. But, there's certain ages that I think they lie to keep the connection, right?
Yeah.
So that's what we got to understand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're all going to be faced not to scare anybody here, but raising teenagers is nuts. It's crazy. Everyone, we all go through hard times. So we build a foundation when they're younger so that when those times hit, it's like, we can do this. We can get through this as a family. We love each other and we'll work this out together. We trust each other. We know that we feel like you trust us, that we have your best interests in mind. And we feel like you care about our feelings, and we know that we love you and we care about your feelings and we're for you here.
I love that. By the way, where can we find you? And if people, I know you do Zoom and you do it all around the world. So where can people find you?
You can find me on social media as the Family Coach.
Family Coach.
And my website is Parenting Modern Teens. And then the podcast is The Sean Donohue Show. And then hopefully my book, The EQ Parent, will be coming out this year.
Yay. We'll have to have you back when you come out. I mean, we could talk to you for
a day or more.
40 million hours.
Take a food and water break.
Yeah.
I feel like I need like a daily or weekly reinforcement.
Yeah, we can just check. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what he does.
That's the main thing I do. Yeah.
I may call you and have you talk to Austin sometimes. Okay.
I want to see. Can I see this monitor?
Absolutely.
Oh yeah, we'll show you it upstairs.
Gosh.
Yeah.
So then when at what age do you start talking to the children? What's the youngest?
About some of these higher words, like
you talking directly.
You coach.
So what I used to do is I used to work with a lot of kids and teenagers, and now I'm mostly focused. My work is mostly focused on working with the parents and have a small team that works with the teenagers.
Right.
Probably the best way to get.
That's what I.
Well, it's the parent. Mm-hmm. I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, great. Well, maybe we'll start checking in to Sean.
Such an honor being with you guys. Thank you. You're such a real, honest, vulnerable, just keeping all of us keeping it real. Thank you so much. This is great.
Thank you so much. I know this will help a lot of people. So, all right, guys, we'll see you next time. Thank you for tuning in and listening to this week's episode of Heal to Feel. You can write in and ask your questions on our show's IG page at H2F Pod, and we'll address your questions on next week's episode. If this episode helped you, we would love for you to share it with your friends and family. Share the fun with all those that can benefit from a good laugh or cry with us. Please rate and review the show on Apple Podcasts and Spotify, and we would greatly appreciate you.